everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss the topic differentiation. Actually, this is mathematics topic. Why should we discuss in physics? Here, so many concepts, so many applications of physics related with differentiation. Actually, what is differentiation? Why do the topics of the physics link with differentiation? In physics, so many variables, physical quantities we have. One variable changes its own, but one variable depend on another variable. One is independent variable, another is dependent variable. This differentiation also, the change in one variable with respect to change in another variable, it is called differentiation. Actually, what is the variable, what is constant? Constant. During any mathematical operation, its value remains the same, it is called constant. It does not change its value with the time or any condition. What is variable? The physical quantity which value changes with respect to conditions within certain limits is called variable. Let us consider x comma y are variables. X value changes its own, that is called independent variable. Y value changes, but it depends on x. Y is dependent variable because y depend on x. Let us start the topic. X comma y are variables. X changes its own. Next, y value changes with respect to x. Here, x value changes its own. This is independent variable. Y value depend on x. It is a dependent variable. Right? In this, x value independent, y value dependent. Let us take general day-to-day life example. I am taking the plant which is growing day by day. The growth of plant is one variable. It is changing. The length of the plant changes week by week. Time is another variable. Time passes its own. It is independent quantity. But growth of the plant is variable. It depends on time. Right? So, length of the plant changes with respect to time here. L, length of the plant. T, time. Time is variable, that is change in time is dt. Change in length is dl. What is this dl, dt? Whatever it may be, the variation or change in length week by week is dl. The time for 1 week it is dt. Right? Here, when time is going on, length of the plant increases week by week. For every week 1 centimeter, let us assume it is growing like that. Here you see that how does the length of the plant change with respect to time? That is called differentiation of L with respect to time, it is called dl by dt. What is this d? Differential operator. What is this d? Differential operator. But in this, it is independent, right? This is dependent. Okay. Here, differentiation of L with respect to t, we will call as dl by dt. It means d by dt of L. Here, what is this d by dt? Differential operator with respect to time. We are differentiating this L. How does L value changes with respect to time? That is explained by this dl by dt. Let us take one more example. Here, I am taking a rod of length L. Rod of length L, that is made of rod made of plastic or rubber, right? I kept it in soil. Can it change its length as per time? For next week, it is length L only. Second week, in length L only. How many weeks going on? The length does not change. It is here constant. So that's why for any constant, differentiation is what? 0. Why it is 0? The constant length, that is length of the rod, does not change with time. Change in length is 0. That's why differentiation with respect to time of the length of rod is 0. We can write d by dt of length of rod. Length of rod does not change, that's why 0. It is not 0. Here, it has some value. In this case, its value 0 because constant any differentiation with respect to another variable, it is 0. Let us consider another example. Let us consider an onion. If you remove one by one layer of onion, first I am removing one layer, then its size and its diameter or thickness somewhat decreases. Second layer I removed, somewhat decreases. Third layer I removed, somewhat decreases. Fourth layer I removed, somewhat decreases. After some time, that layers was finished. Here, every layer removing, then its size decreases. By doing differentiation once, twice, thrice, its power decreases here. X power n become x power n minus 1. Next, second differentiation, it become x power n minus 2. Third differentiation, it become x power n minus 3. Like that. Here, in this, d by dx of x power n, we will get n into x power n minus 1. We will discuss the proof in the next session. That is continuation. D by dx of, I am taking x power n minus 1. This become n minus 1 into x power n minus 2. You see this first differentiation, power decreased by 1. Second differentiation, power decreased by 2. It is going on continuously. I am talking about the positive power of x. Continuation in the next board. Consider example 4. Here a beaker, it has one small tap at its bottom, right. Now in this, for our convenience purpose, a tap is fitted here, then it is filled with water. Its volume is V, right? Its volume is V and depth of liquid is H. Let us consider a horizontal table. On that this beaker is placed, right? Here this is ground, right? It is beaker B. Okay. When tap is on, what happens? The water will come out from this. Here the volume of liquid slowly increases in this. Volume increases. Here H value decreases in beaker A. After some time t seconds, here volume of the liquid increases. That is, volume changes with respect to time is positive. Here H value changes with respect to time is negative. Why should we take this negative? H value decreases with time. Here V value increases with time. What happens? This water will come and slowly the level of water increases, the volume of the water increasing when time is going on. That's why sometimes differentiation is positive, here differentiation is negative. Variable value decreases with respect to another variable, it is taken as negative. Variable value increases with respect to another variable, it is taken as positive. In some cases, differentiation is negative. In temperature gradient case, it is negative for small temperature difference. Next, in fluid mechanics, length of the liquid column decreases, it will be negative. Then in constraints, the displacement is decreasing, then velocity is negative. Like that, we apply this situation in various conditions. Here, how to define differentiation? Mathematically. For that, let us consider y is the function in terms of x. Here, delta y by delta x is defined as f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. This is the formula, basic formula for differentiation. Here, in place of x we have to substitute x plus delta x. We get f of x plus delta x. This is f of x, as it is we should substitute here, and divided by delta x. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0, delta y by delta x. This is basic differentiation principle. Limit is the function delta x tends to 0, not equal 0, it approaches to 0. It meaning is, it is the condition. With this condition, how this value changes? Now, I am substituting this value here. Limit delta x tends to 0, it is f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. This is basic differentiation definition. Okay? If we find one two functions differentiation by using this formula, you can understand. I continue in the next board. Take one problem. Y is equal to x cube. Y is equal to x cube. How to find differentiation? Generally, this is in the form of x power n into x power n minus 1 we will write. How we got that? See that here y is in terms of f of x. From that basic definition we discussed, we have to find dy by dx. It is nothing but limit delta x tends to 0. It is delta y by delta x. It is nothing but limit delta x tends to 0. F of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. This value I am finding first. Delta y by delta x. It is, what is delta y by delta x? This f of x plus delta x minus f of x. In place of x plus delta x we have to substitute. X plus delta x whole cube minus x cube by delta x. Expand this. X cube plus 3x square delta x plus 3x delta x whole square plus delta x whole cube by delta x. Here minus x cube also. See this, plus x cube minus x cube cancel. Here delta x we can take common from that. We will get 3x square plus 3x delta x plus delta x whole square by delta x. Here delta x cancel. We got this value 3x square plus 3x delta x plus delta x whole square. I am substituting this delta y by delta x value in this here. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0. Here, delta y by delta x is nothing but limit delta x tends to 0. 3x square plus 3x delta x plus delta x whole square. How to simplify this? In place of delta x, substitute 0 here. It becomes 3x square plus 3x into 0 plus 0 square. This gives 3x square. So, this is the differentiation of dy by dx. What is y? X cube. Therefore, d by dx of x cube is equal to 3 into x power 2. It can be written as 3x power 3 minus 1. In the same way, we can say d by dx of x power n into x power n minus 1. Here I took n value 3 and proved here for any n value it is applicable. So we cannot understand easily with the power n. That's why I took one value and I told. Same procedure it can be used to find d by dx of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. Have you got it? Next problem in this. See, y is equal to sin x. How to find differentiation? Generally, we know that answer is cos x. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. But how to find? Dy by dx is equal to limit delta x tends to 0 f of x plus delta x minus f of x by delta x. For this, what I am doing, in x place we have to substitute x plus delta x, that is delta x tends to 0 sin of x plus delta x minus sin x by delta x. How to simplify this? Sin c minus sin d, 2 cos c plus d by 2 sin c minus d by 2. Apply the formula. Limit delta x tends to 0, right? It is 2 cos of c plus d by 2, x plus delta x plus x by 2, 2x plus delta x by 2, x plus delta x by 2. Any problem here? Next, sin c minus d by 2, x plus delta x minus x, delta x by 2, right? By, it is delta x. For smaller angles, this sin of delta x by 2 is nothing but delta x by 2 only. And we can bring this 2 to the denominator of delta x. We will get here limit delta x tends to 0. This is cos x plus delta x by 2. Then sin delta x by 2 by delta x by 2. Apply what I told concept. For smaller angles, sin delta x by 2 is equal to delta x by 2. Right? We can write like this. It can be cancelled. Then what we will get? Therefore, limit delta x tends to 0 cos of x plus delta x by 2. What we should do now? Delta x is equal to 0, you have to substitute. We will get finally cos of x plus 0 by 2. This is 0 only. X plus 0, x. We will get cos x. What is this? It is a differentiation of sin x. Therefore, d by dx of sin x, we will get cos x. Have you got it?